Greetings, everyone. It is good to be streaming today. Alright, so we're going to start off the stream today with a free-to-play analysis of this particular event. Now, I have personally committed to doing this event, and it took me a little bit before I decided to, and it's mainly because of what I'm missing relics-wise. If you guys have seen any of my streams before, Yoon, it is good to see you. You came just in time for my analysis of this event, and I have my own Discord channel now, so I'm going to go ahead and post it in the chat, and anyone that wants to is welcome to come and join me. If I don't get anyone, I'll just do this solo. Okay, so this particular event, as you guys can see, I've already collected. I've grinded out 2390 without the use of any relics today so far. This event has 4 Earth tokens in it. Because there is no bonus, if you don't plan on completing this event all the way through, stop at 2,000 or 2,500 once you get the gems. And the reason for that is it's going to take a lot harder of a grind to get through this event. And if you looked at my analysis up to this point already, good to see you, Sergian, you're going to know that I look at everything underneath the first 4-star as pretty much garbage. I'm not really going to be using them on my Titan unless they're troop-specific relics. And so, with that said, if you just want to grind for fun, get to 5,000. If this isn't going to mean much to you, get your 3rd Earth token at 2,000, and you can call it a day. Right, no problem, Yoon. I've got Discord up now for permanently, so I'm going to have it in all my streams. Now, moving forward, basically, the real grind and the real rewards are going to start at 8,500, the Earth Cask. And while I'm not a huge fan of Earth Cask with armor being out of the meta now, due to all the AP that's out there, it is a decent 4-star relic. And I have one of those, and I have one Earth Sight, but every other 4-star relic in this, I am missing. I'm just going to epic tokens are nice, Thorg is nice, Jaldarg is nice, but I'm not aiming for that. I never have been. And so the Terra Firma, I think, is going to be pretty good. And beyond that, Earthbreaker is something I'm excited about. But what I really want out of this is the Orb of Wealth. If it was just grinding for the Orb of Wealth, there'd be no way I'm going to put myself through the heck that this weekend's going to be for the grind. I've also, because of the time allotted, as well as there's no bonus, I have decided that I'm going to allot myself 4 of my relics that I have in storage, in addition to the 4 that are here, to make sure that I can complete the event. That'll drop me down to 16 relics. And I'll probably need to use 11,000 gems, not counting the ones that I'll use from picking up all of the gems in this event. So once again, the real grind is going to start once I get to 8,500. From that point on, everything that I pick up is going to be extremely valuable. Until I get to that point, let's face it, it's garbage because I'm not going to use it. Now, if you're new to the game, Jorn can be good for you. Just know that in-game revolves around 4-star relics and, the ability to interchange them for Titans. I'm going for this event because I'm missing a lot of 4-star Earth relics, and I really believe that the Orb of Wealth is going to be key moving forward. Because it's got one of the big resists in ice, and I'm banking on lightning being something dangerous in the future. If it's not, I'm going to cry myself to sleep after having grind this. You can hear me now, Bo, because I have it push to talk on Discord, and I am going to go ahead and switch that around. Let's see. All right, now that should be clear.
There you are. Hello.
Bo, it is good to hear you, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm committed to doing this event just like you did last weekend. This is going to be rough, though.
You gonna grind this thing?
I need the relics, man. This is going to be brutal, and I know that, but I've done worse. I did that winter event. And
How in the world was the winter event worse?
Because I didn't have any infiltrators, so I had to grind it with 10 souls every grind until I got to Nexus at 11,000.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, that's basically my analysis of this event. If you don't have the relics and you have enough gems to burn as you get portal stones, this is going to be worth it for you. Now, that's only if you don't have the relics. If you do have the relics, skip it. It's not worth... I mean, Yaldarg, although he's cool to look at, in the long run, he's going to get outscaled by upcoming Titans. That's with all of the Titans.
I have everything above and below Thor.
Above and below Thor? Oh, okay. Well, then, for you, it's pretty straightforward.
Just do not have Thor. But I don't have the Orb of Wealth either, but it's a bit out of reach. So.
Now, Bo, I like your thoughts on this, but I found that the quickest way to grind these events is with a Ranger Titan and Panthers. The Ranger Titan can just really deal with these spearmen that come up, or at least soften them up for whenever the... Dadgummit, what are these guys doing? Alright. Okay, we got the big three watching right now. Sergia and Bo. Actually, I think it's Yoon and you, Bo. And then me, because I'm watching my own stream. I'm conceited like that.
If you're watching it, and if you're watching it in the live stream dashboard, I don't actually think that counts.
Oh, well, I don't think I am. I just copy and pasted the link and went there. That way, when I look at my analytics stats, I can say, hey, you know what? All these people are watching me. No, that's kind of bad. I know that there's not much of an audience late at night, but at the end of the day, I enjoy playing this game just for playing the game. This week, I'm upgraded to my own Discord channel. Next week, I will be changing my thumbnail as I complete my free-to-play series.
Nice.
Yep. I've gotten a lot of good response from my last video, though. I'll tell you that. The event.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Event preparation. I thought a lot of people just thought that way, but apparently not.
No, we just blindly go in. Hey, look, there's an event. Let's do it. You know, we're not thinking about the coming event in the 3 or 4 days that there's really not anything going on.
Yeah, well, I always hear streamers and people typing in ban how, man, I can't wait that 12 days for the upgrade, and I'm actually relieved when I get it up, when I have a chance to just go farm VP.
Yeah, it kind of goes back and forth for me. I am trying to keep all my builders busy. I have been able to do that for the past couple weeks. I don't think there's been more than a few hours at a time where I didn't have a builder actually doing something. So that's been very good. And then person would get hit and they'd take, 300,000 or whatever, then a few minutes later I had it back,
Yeah. It's the benefit of the grind. You just...
Yeah, there's a lot of benefit to the grind. I tell you what, that was a very interesting learning experience. The last time grinding it out. I am going to 11K on this one to get Thor because I don't have Thor, but I will be doing it by grinding as opposed to previous to now. I would be probably spending relics to get there.
Well,
because the XP, just regardless of all the resources and everything, just the XP that I got by just using a single Titan and doing 1,600 plus attacks or whatever it was last time. I took Siggy from 47 to 51 just in that one event, and that's huge.
and that count the fusions that you use from all the Titans you picked up.
Right, exactly. I'll get more along the way. Now I'm still hanging on to those for a fusion event.
Well, you do enough events, you grind enough, you will have way too many Titans to wait for an event.
Yeah,
And
I'm not quite, my Titan Hall's not quite full yet. I can pick up 30 or 40 more, which will happen fairly quickly during the grind. Then I'll have to start fusing, doing some fusions, 1 stars into saving the big guys for the fusion events. But the level 1 stars and 2 stars that come along, I'll start fusing those away.
yeah, and up until like Castle 20, I could wait everything for an event. Once I got past that point and the storage went up and I started having multiple Titans in 50s and 40s, I couldn't wait for the event to fuse everything into those big Titans because there's no way I could farm enough food as a free-to-play player during that one day.
Yeah, that's true. They are only 24 hours, so I have to prioritize.
So I've got another strategy on how to maximize that whenever you get to that point. Like this morning, I fused 40 Titans into my level 40 Siggy. Used 3 million food. And I did it specifically today because I knew that I would be loading back up on Titans. And I've been doing that for my larger guys who all this excess food, I just throw it right into Titan fusions or fusions for relics. But I can't do anything with the gold.
And then the relic fusion is another benefit. So
yeah. So my goal tonight is going to be to try to get to 4,500 souls. I started this stream at like 2,300. And that's why I'm using my ranger as opposed to someone that could use more experience or a ton more experience.
Yeah, it's a lot. Get 10 souls per battle. It makes the calculations easy, right?
Yeah.
Just do that math in your head. And then you realize that's a lot of battles. If you can grind this thing out free to play, more power to you, bud.
Oh, I am not going full free to play, or I'm going for full free to play, but I'm allotting myself 4 of my stored relics, 4 of my 20. That way, between what I pick up from the event and 4 of those 20, I'll have 8 relics. So I've got to grind the rest of the way.
Okay, so you're going to use 8.
Yeah.
I did a complete grind at 18K, and then I had to use relics for the last 6.
Yeah.
Last event.
And that's probably like 10 relics right there, right?
Let's see. It was 8. So I had 7 relics. Well, actually, I had 8 relics saved up. And then I had to pull either 4 or 5 more. I can't remember. And I've got a partial of 1 left over. But just sit there until the next one of those, until the next event comes around. So.
Thank you for joining the channel, Lieutenant Lowe, and I appreciate the subscription. Welcome.
Hey, Luke, how are you?
She's about to go play, what was that name of that game? I'm embarrassed now that I forgot. Fortnite.
PUBG?
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
That's
Fortnite.
right. You know, back in the day, I used to play like 4 games at a time when I was in college.
Nah, I can't do that.
Now I got 1 game because the rest of the time I'm with my family, and I actually like it that way. My family's freaking awesome. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I have 3 girls and then a newborn son, so it's going to take a few years before I can get that son into enjoying things like this.
Be less time than you think. It doesn't take them long to pick up on the game.
Well, you guys are joining at a good time now because I have a ton of stored relics, and I am going to try my luck at my relic forging system tonight. Maybe you guys will be able to see me max out 4 or 5 additional relics that I've been working on. And I got to tell you, Bo, the more I see these boots that have come out of the lightning events, I don't like them.
You don't like them? You don't like the way they look, or you don't like the skill?
I don't like the skills on them.
So, are you talking about Loki's boots?
Well,
Or are you talking about the boots in general?
Well, I'm talking about the boots that you got from Thor that were just like lightning resist armor and damage to all troops. Sean, it is good to have you in the channel, man. Welcome. I have posted a Discord up earlier. If you are interested, you're more than welcome to join. One thing I like about this game is that there's so many different ways to play it, and I am looking to learn as much from you guys as I'm looking at to share. Okay,
So,
I need your explanations on why boots are great, Sean, and you, Bo. What is it about these boots that you are really addicted to?
Well, okay, which boots are we talking about? Because there's a couple of different ones. There's the Thor's boots, which are the boots of a seer.
Mm-hmm.
Those have resist, and then armor, and then damage for all troops.
Right.
But Loki's boots, so those are like defensive boots with an offensive skill on the last one, right?
Right.
But Loki's boots have Titan, and then they got Titan damage, and then militia armor, and militia damage, I think. So that's really much more of a use them type, like, even though it was with Loki. So those are the only 2 boots that we have. So what is it that you don't like about them, other than the actual picture of the boots themselves look kind of silly?
What I don't like about them is you have 6 relic slots. You know, after this, I'll bring up my relics and I'll explain my thought process behind it. Yoon, can you hear Bill a little bit better now? And it's going to take a few seconds for him to respond because everyone loves the lag.
Yeah, the lag is awesome.
Welcome, whoever joined Discord. Oh, never mind. I'm hearing things. Old man syndrome.
Yeah.
Hey, Lieutenant Lou. Good to have you in here.
Oh no, Zalon's here.
Oh, man. Quick, shut down the stream.
That's right.
Okay, so let's bring up these boots.
Alrighty. Yay!
There she is.
Hi.
Hey Lou, how are you doing?
Good. I had to pop in, say hello and everything, because, you know, you showed me some support, so showing you some support too.
Well, I appreciate that. You're always welcome.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so we've got the boots of the seer here. What I don't like about it is if you're going to have 6 relics on your Titan, and it's going to be troop buffing, you don't really want to be buffing the Titan. You either want to do one or the other. It's the same concept with Volstan. When you're buffing 3 different troops with your relics, all of them end up bad. Or your skills, all of them end up bad. And this one, I mean, who uses this well? Because I'd much rather have a Bow of Kings. For example, I got 2 skills that buff my troops, and then I could have a critical on my Siggy.
Yeah.
Or go ahead.
Sometimes I think they make these relics, and they just kind of say, "Oh, that might be interesting. Let's try that." You know.
That's true.
Because you see some relics have like 3 troop buffs or 3 Titan buffs or 1 Titan and 2 troops. This one's a little weird. It's got 2 Titan defense and then all troop offense. I like that one because it buffs multiple troops at one time as opposed to just a single troop.
Yeah. They're like mini versions of the 5-star relics that buff multiple troops.
Yeah, they kind of are. And then Sean's explanation about Loki's boots is dead on. Those boots are kind of OP as far as Titan damage goes because it's the 40% is Titan base damage, not it's not a multiplier on the element.
Okay.
It works a little differently with Loki's boots than it would be like 40% lightning damage. I know we don't think it would, but it's where it gets applied in the calculation formula.
Well, I didn't know that, and that makes me understand now why they switched up the abilities on these boots.
Yeah.
That gives me a clearer understanding. Although I'm not even on the fence. I'm still leaning against using these if I have any other relics to use.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing. A lot of relics always depends on what other relics you have. But let's be clear, the Loki boots were a mistake. They were supposed to be lightning damage. Right? The ones that they added to my test account, instead of saying, Titan lightning damage, it said Titan, and then it had kind of like filler text that said archetype damage, like it was a variable. And evidently there was something wrong in the coding of that particular relic, and they fixed it by taking out the lightning part and just making it straight up damage. So,
okay.
That's another reason why I like that relic, is because you can use that relic on any Titan. It makes the most sense to use it on a Titan that buffs militia, like Siggy, right? Because there are troop buffs involved in there, but a lot of times you end up using militia as bait for other troops, like if you're, with a ranger and you're kiting.
Yeah, it's the same thing we used Panthers for at the beginning of the game. Like, when the game started, they were just kiting troops.
Right, because Panthers weren't really good for anything except running fast.
Yeah.
And then they changed it, and then everybody was upset that they got rid of their Kamathi because all of a sudden Kamathi became awesome. But, so that I like the boots because you can use it on multiple Titans, or you can use it on any Titan, actually. And it works well for me because I like Siggy, and Siggy buffs militia, and then you got militia buffs on top of the militia buffs. So,
well, I will say that although Siggy has a buff militia ability, he's not a militia Titan.
Well, no, I mean he's got one, right?
He is well known for the archers and the spearmen.
Yeah, that's true. That's the main two. But the thing about militia is just it's basically the training time. I mean, they train so fast that you can train them faster than you can kill them, and they're cheap. So
That's true. Well, now, of the lightning relics, the only... I mean, even the shield that was available last week, I could see use for it, but it comes back down to that trying to make a relic do too many things, and they don't do any of it really efficiently.
Well, I mean, I like that one because it has health for all troops.
That is very helpful. But there has to be some... I mean, if they come out with a Titan that buffs all troops, that may be interesting, but at that point, the power scaling on this game will be completely out of whack.
Yeah, that would be nuts, though. Health for all troops is, in my mind, that was a universal defense relic for a garrison defender.
And, you know, armor used to be really valuable for any garrison defender or troop defenders. Now it's... let's face it, I am looking at it as one of the worst defensive skills.
Armor?
Armor.
I think you have to have a certain amount of armor, but not, there's no need to go 250%.
That's true. But I just feel like there's so much AP out there that in a lot of cases stacking armor is not as effective as stacking your resistances and then health. And then just leaving armor out to dry.
Yeah, there's always a balance there. It's getting to the point to where we have more variables available than we have relic slots to account for.
That's true.
Which means that there really is not any unbeatable defense. You just need to find what's missing and go in with that.
Sean, I'm right there with you. All or none with armor. Now, I will say that I look at this particular event. That was a little bit of a side comment. I'm mildly interested in getting Yar Dog because I don't have one.
Yeah.
But I am not. Even if he comes out with terrible skills, I mean, I'm not really excited.
For a Yard Dog?
For a Yard Dog.
He's regular Yard Dog, right? I mean, It's not champion skill.
I don't have champion. I was out of the game at that point.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Unless you are Max Castle looking for an in-game garrison defender just to burn, just to cause time.
All right, and that's what I'm talking about. Like I have enough Rangers. The main thing I'm looking for in Rangers, is when the time comes, I want to have multiple different attack units that can take down any garrison. If they're not stacking Earth, which no one stacks Earth right now.
Right, that's true. They don't.
I mean, he's basically... He'll be better than Odin once all the lightning stuff comes out, because everyone's going to have the lightning stuff. They're going to be defending for it. But no one's still going to...
Yeah, but see, here's the huge variable about...
Oh, good night, Gudan.
Odin and Valkyries, we don't know what lightning troops are going to look like. Or even if they're going to be here when we get Odin.
That's true. Real quick side note, Zalan. I'm actually going to go to 20,000 in this event, and if there's time, I guess I'll finish the last 2,000 for Bolgar. And it's because I am missing a lot of key Earth relics. I'm not a huge fan of this event, but I'm a fan of the relics that I'm missing, and I plan on having some Earth Titans that are high level at some point, besides my Skulnar. and I'll need relics to back them up.
Earth relics are really nice, by the way. I have at least one and two of some of them, so I don't really need to do the event for that reason.
The problem with Grolgar is he buffs Goliaths until Goliaths are faster. Goliaths with attack are just going to be garbage, and because he doesn't have any defensive buffs for Goliaths, they're just going to get mowed down before they get to people.
Yeah, that's true. That 95% resist against range, though, is interesting on the Berserker 5-star relic. And I think that's the key to the question there is it's Grolgar with the 5-star relic. But that is Titan resist against range. It's not Goliath resist against range. If it was Goliath resist against range at 95%, then that would be a little bit OP and probably a little broken.
Yeah, I could see that. As it is, I think it's an OP relic. That 5-star relic is the best relic in the game right now, hands down. Overall, I should say.
I'm getting to where I prefer the resist against ranged and resist against melee skills as opposed to specific elements.
Yep.
Because it covers multiple elements / troops. If you have both those skills, you got all the troops covered. You probably can't get it to 100%, but then you can stack specific elements on top of that. So, we were talking in the chat today. If I had my Skolnar has the last skill he's old school. I don't know what the last one is. They changed the 3, no longer get triple. I won't be able to get a resist on the last skill for my Grolgar or my Skolnar. So my choices are going to be armor, health, and resist melee, and then there's one more. I forget what it is. I'm thinking of those. I would almost like to have the resist melee because that would give me 2 resist melees, which would get me up to 74% resist melee plus poison resist, which if you stack 90 and 74, you end up with about 97% poison resist total because you got melee and,
That's true. It's...
I can't cover all relic. I can't cover all elements with that, right?
Right.
So...
Well, I still think this is a game of relics, and relics will make or break your experience on this thing.
That's true. That is true. So much of building your Titan revolves around what relics you have.
And unless they break the meta with more upcoming Titans, I think they need to watch the relics that they release more than the Titans they release from here on out. Because
I imagine it's hard to keep track of everything that they have released and do a really good in my business we call them CDRs, right? Mm-hmm. Customer design review, when we're proposing a new something for the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically, I hope that they have all these stuff that they do a design review and compare it to what's already out there and see is it going to or not. The more that they add to the game, the longer that process takes, and the more chances there are that something's going to slip through and it's just going to break it. And it won't take the players long to figure out what's broken and just be all over it, right?
Yep.
So hopefully they got a system in place for that.
Well, it doesn't look like this is going to be a lucky day for me. So if I don't get one after this next forge, I am just going to store it for tomorrow.
I didn't have any luck today either, so I quit after the 4th or 5th try and got nothing.
Yep. And one of these days I will have another lucky day, and then on that day I will max out 1,000,000 relics.
Yeah, yeah. So now, question. On the relic thing, do you have like, okay, so say you've got a 4-star at level 9, do you try to put your 2s and 3s into there to get it to go, or you just keep feeding 1-stars into it until it goes?
You know what? I will feed 1-stars until it goes.
So do you always start with your 1-stars, and then if you're having a lucky day, move on until you burn through your 2s and 3s that you don't want?
That's exactly right. It helps out in the long run, and I mean, now that I can like target specific relics, maybe I'll switch it up with a little flag.
Yeah.
Just because it took forever to scroll through before.
So it's the email.
It was
Natural Motion on. I think it was yesterday. I sent an email over to those guys, Chris and Ian and Matt and that bunch. And the title of the email was "Dawn of Scrolling," and it was all about how long it takes me to get to the 3-star Van Brands, because it starts with a V and it's at the end of the 3 stars, and it's right in the middle.
Well, in a few minutes, my wife may come in here, and you guys may be able to hear her voice. But at 10 o'clock is normal when I go to bed. I'm staying up a little bit later tonight because I get up at like 4:30 to go to work. So if you guys hear a feminine voice coming from my side, it's not me raising my voice. I promise.
Yeah, it's midnight here, and I'm actually going to bed myself. I just want to jump on for a minute.
That's totally fine. I just got too much grinding to do. I can't believe I committed to doing this event. I'm really hoping that they do this event with the 3 stars at the end.
If they do, that'll make a whole lot of people happy. And it might also make a whole lot of people upset because they will have not done anything up until that point. And then they'll have to do whatever they were going to do with 3 stars. So.
Well, yeah, every time I see classic event, that's what I'm hoping, because that's what they used to do.
We haven't seen it, and I don't know that it's ever going to come back, but if there is a chance, I think this is the one.
That's true.
My theory on the 3-star was always they did that because someone was looking at the numbers and they weren't hitting the numbers that they wanted to hit. So they decided to throw the 3-star guarantee out there to help entice people to spend gems to get relics.
I guess that's true. And I understand the need to grow. It's just the scaling on these events is just getting brutal for free-to-play. And
yeah, I don't know if you saw JJ's chart. This one's this one's literally off the charts. As far as it's an outlier. Or it's both gem, required than the median event has been.
Well, while I fully intend to remain true to my roots, it just means that I've got to be very selective with events that I do from here on out.
Yeah. Well, you got me leaning a little bit doing things that way as opposed to the way I have been doing them.
Well, when you break down why you do this horrendous grind, like those 4 relics I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, they are not worth the time I would put into this. But the side benefits that I'm going to get from this is what I'm really counting on. And the side benefits being all of the extra levels on Titans through Titan fusions as well as experience, and then also the relics that I'm going to be able to upgrade from this. At the end of the day, that is just ridiculous, the power that's going to have.
Yeah, that is true. think this event, I mean, I thought the last event was nuts as far as, trying to do a free-to-play grind.
Mm-hmm.
If you go 20 on this one, I mean, I guess you've had a lot more practice, let's put it that way.
I've had a lot more practice for, just basically timing when I'm going to raid and multitasking when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But
the interesting thing about the free-to-play grind last time was that when I looked at this one, I was looking through like a different set of glasses.
Real quick, Bo,
Yeah.
Balazar, my relic forging strat, it happened 2 or 3 streams ago, but it wasn't an official one. My next stream where I cover the last free-to-play tip, that's going to be added on. I just didn't want that to be a main tip because it's going to be outdated once the new relic forge system comes up. So I'll have another stream here in a few days, and it'll be just a side note as opposed to a main thought. But go ahead, Bo. Sorry to interrupt. I didn't want to forget about that.
No, you're fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was when I saw this event and I looked at the souls on there. It was like I was looking at it. I had a completely different perspective when I was looking at it, and I looked at Thor at 11K, knowing I don't have a Thor. He's I have the other two. So previous to this, if I saw 11K in 4 days, I wouldn't even have considered to try to grind to that. Now it's like after doing 18,000, it's like 11K. That's easy. That's nothing.
Yeah,
you do that in my sleep,
And you realize the point where the grind starts using the gems too much.
On the last event, it was right around 8,500, 9,000. I started noticing that the gems were falling. They're starting to fall. I had missed. I missed that break even point there, but that was with a 1.3 multiplier. I'm pretty sure that break even point's gonna be lower on this one. I'm thinking somewhere around 5,000 or 6,000. So I don't know how many gems it's going to cost me to grind to 11, but it's a whole lot less than I would spend pulling relics.
All right. And I have got something that has come up. I didn't expect this to be a very long stream tonight. I will be continuing grind, and I'll probably be picking this up on another day this weekend. It has been a pleasure, Bo. Thanks so much for joining. Sometimes hearing my own voice over and over and over just gets old. But thank you for joining. You guys like and subscribe. This is going to be I'm going to try to start doing that because I'd like this stream to reach more people, especially for people that are looking at saving $1 while playing this game.
There you go.
All right. With that said, I am out, and look forward to talking with you guys later.